Hey everyone, welcome to Bourbon Bums, presented by Greene Valley Wine Spirits, 344 Commons Drive in Bolingbrook, Illinois. I am HBIC, the head bum in charge, along with Master Taster Baloney, and we got the coup de grace, the banger of all bangers, I want to say.
Oh baby.
Oh baby is right. William Larue Weller, BTAC 2024 edition.
WLW.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what would you say? I mean, tater heaven, right?
Tater heaven, yeah. This is tater porn. Tater porn.
There, that might be the thumbnail of this video is tater porn. But realistically, it's something that everyone is looking for. Everyone's searching for.
Yeah.
You've been lucky enough to have a couple BTAC bottles, but this is your first.
Yeah, this is what I've been trying. I was trying to hunt last year, but I don't want to be like womp womp, but like I was only able to be offered like a stag or a handy.
Hey, you never turned down a handy.
Never turned down a handy.
I mean, that goes back to high school days.
Haha, yes. But this year I was finally able to. I'm collecting these BTACs like Infinity Stones. Like, just give me the Thanos glove here, you know. So this is the third one I got. I have Eagle 17, George T. Stag. Now I got the Weller. So I just need Sazerac and handy now. I gotta get the Rise, and then I'll complete the Infinity Stones. Complete the gauntlet. All right, so this one, 2024 release, 12 years, 6 months.
Okay.
All right, 125.8 proof.
Okay.
So this one's drinking hot. You know, like
Weeded.
It's weeded, yes. So it is a ultra high proof Weller weeded bourbon.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking, you know, you got a full proof back there. Those are 114, so we're kicking it up a little bit higher.
A little bit hot. So, have you ever tried any of this before?
Never had it.
Never had it before. So
I've had most of the BTACs.
I know you've had Stag before.
I've had George T. Stag. I've had Handy. I've had Sazerac, and I've had. What am I missing?
Eagle Rare.
The Eagle Rare, yeah, yours.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
one. But
so yeah, this is the last one.
And this is I've
never had it.
I've tried all of them except for this one as well, because I feel like this is like everyone goes. I feel like they want to gravitate towards like the Eagle Rare 17 because they have like the 17 year on there.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that people like Eagle 17. Let me get that. But I feel like this one is like the hardest one to get. Out of all of them.
I mean, even just, and I'm not saying like liquor stores or anything like that. Even if we go to a bar, if we go to, you know, like a tasting somewhere, typically you see the Saz, you see like a Stag or the Handy. If you do see this somewhere, it's, you know, $60, $70, $80 a pour. So
if you're lucky.
If you're lucky, yeah. So I haven't even had it out, you know, like at some of the Chicagoland bars that we go to.
Yeah, no. So this is the 2024 release. All right, let's give it a nose here. All right, I get some heat on the nose. Nose smells good, but I definitely get some heat on there.
There is ethanol on it.
Yeah.
First thing that stood out was like a chocolate covered strawberry. Or
cherry. Yeah. Yeah, cherries. But it definitely. I don't want to get DMCA'd or anything, but it stings the nostrils. At least for me.
No, it's hot. It smells hot. There's almost like a if you go to like a belt store, like a leather store. So I'm not saying like you're not going to Coach.
So dark fruit, cherries, leather. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. Once I get past like the ethanol in here, it's a very pleasant.
It smells great.
It's a pleasant nose. It just, you have to. I mean, let's give it a little swirl here to maybe get some of the. All right, that helped. But yeah, it's still. Oh, yeah. So this is
It's chocolate and fruit. It's like
I can already tell you right now, this is gonna drink hot. So all right. Nope, we like the nose, even though it's hot. But before we get to our official tasting, gotta pay some bills. Greene Valley Wine & Spirits in Bolingbrook is the best liquor store in the southwest suburbs. Come see their newly expanded and remodeled location for all your liquor needs. They have a great craft beer selection, an ever-expanding portfolio of tequilas and bourbon, and a new wine rack showcasing the best wines around. And while you're there, stop by their newly added tasting bar to try all the Bourbon Bums store picks before you buy. That's Greene Valley Wine & Spirits, 344 Commons Drive at the corner of Route 53 and I-55 in Bolingbrook. And tell them the Bump sent you. All right. Thank you, Greene Valley. All right. Cheers, my man.
All right, I'm excited.
Here we go.
Salud.
Wow, that drink's hot. That is...
Damn, that's spicy.
Yeah. Wow. I don't get, like, when you drink a normal Weller product, you don't, because they're, besides the full proof, they're proof down. I'm not used to that. Like, that drink's way, I don't even get...
For a Buffalo Trace weeded whiskey.
I don't get much of the weed. I get so much...
No, that's what I'm saying.
I get so much spice
but
in
it's
this
not.
one.
But it's not baking spice. It's ethanol.
Yeah.
It's like it's alcohol.
Yeah.
It's
and peek behind the curtain. I opened this up as soon as I got it. Did a nip of it. I wanted to let it breathe before we did the tasting. And when I first, did the neck pour, I was like, "Fuck! Like this is it's a little hot. Like it was very very oaky on the neck." But I'm like, I'm gonna let it get some air. But now going back to it like a week later, yeah, this
is something maybe I'm gonna have to sit down and take some time with it. Off the rip, take the ethanol out of it because it's definitely there.
Yeah,
the chocolate's there. The caramel. It's very caramel heavy. There's like like a Twix bar.
Yep.
What is like a cookie?
Cookie
chocolate wafer.
Yep.
It's all there. And then at the end, with the ethanol, with the alcohol, I get like a weird like peach aspect to it. Like right at the end. It's good.
Like I on the finish, I get some tobacco and leather on the finish.
Yeah,
too.
that it translates from the nose to the palate pretty well. I mean, if we're talking, viscosity wise though, I like the mouthfeel. I like it's. I don't want to say
there's not, and honestly, there's not really like much legs on this thing either. Like it's
for sure not like thick viscousy, but it's a decent mouthfeel to it.
Yeah.
Wow, I get more of that peach at the end. Now I think it's in my head.
If you think
you will
taste it.
It's like a Twix up front.
Yep.
With the wafer and the chocolate and
the
caramel.
Yep.
And then there is a little bit of red fruit, like the classic Buffalo Trace red fruit. And at the end, leather, tobacco, peach. Random peach that comes out of nowhere.
Hey, I don't get the peach as much as you do, but I'm not gonna say that you're wrong on that. So I mean, I definitely get like more of the tobacco and leather on that. So
the shocking thing about it is how hot it drinks.
Mm-hmm. We talk about it all the time. Stuff that punches up, stuff that punches down. This is punching its weight class right here.
Yeah, you know what stinks? So I'm gonna give a shout out to my cousin's husband. I guess he's my cousin too, but Jimmy, Jimmy.
Yep.
He's one of the guys that got me into whiskey way back when. He was like, if you like this, buy this. If you want to try this, try this. So he got me into whiskey, but he's always stuck to like the Bottled Bonds. If anything, he'll go 107. That's like the max he'll do proof point. Giving him something like this, he'll be like, he might punch me. Like, no, thank you. It is. Like we talk about, like the Coy Hills don't drink as hot as the other thing, or like even what other hot things you got? Like some of the stags, but
yeah, some of the stags.
Some of them drink hot, some of them don't. This definitely drinks higher than 125, which is shocking because when you say 125, it's like that's a pretty high proof point.
Yeah. All right. So on a scale, what are we rating this then?
Man, it's weird because I do like it. Is it like? We're getting to the end of the year. We're going to do our whiskey of the year. Is it going to be top 5 whiskey of the year? Probably not.
No, I don't think it's going to be up there in my opinion.
It might crack top 10. Like I said, I want to sit down and like revisit it maybe in a little bit.
It's definitely one that you're not going to go through right away. This is going to be a slow sipper. You're going to feel it. It's the mouth. It lingers. Like it doesn't like just go away and you're like, all right, give me another one. You're like, oh, I'm feeling this. Like, so I know I asked you, I'm gonna give it maybe like B minus. Like that's.
I'm a little higher. I do like after you get past the ethanol and the burn, there is some really good flavors to it. I'm gonna give it B plus.
Okay.
But like I said, if we're talking 125 proof whiskeys, there might be 5, 6 of them off the top of the head that I think can be better than this.
I 100% agree, especially ones that drink better than the proof.
We just talked about foolproof. Some foolproof store picks, I think, are way better than this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's shocking. Like, I say it all the time. We go into these things, and I kind of want to hate, like, the higher allocated stuff, just to be able to say, like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
I do think this is worth it, but there's just something off.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just this year. Maybe last year's was better. Maybe, every year is different.
Right.
Maybe it's this one's just a little hotter than normal.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head what the last 2-year releases were. I'd have to look them up real quick.
Well, I'm not even talking proof point. I'm just talking like how it drinks.
Right.
But yeah, B+.
Yeah. So, all right. If you find this, I don't know if any bars in the Chicagoland area are going to have this, doing pours or flights or whatever. So,
okay, good question.
Yeah.
We talked about it in a couple other videos. How much, not knowing what it tastes and how it tastes, what's the highest you'd be willing to pay for a pour?
For a pour at a bar?
Yeah. Of this year. Not like.
And I don't know anything about it, or I know what
Both.
Okay, so
if you were to tell me $60 WLW BTAC, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, I would say 60 would probably be my.
Now knowing what we drank after drinking it, what's the most you'd be willing to pay for this? Pretending you don't own a bottle.
Maybe $30.
$30, yeah. And I probably wouldn't do it just because we know what it is.
Yeah.
So but if you're out there, you haven't had this year's release, I mean, $30 is as high as I would go.
Yeah. And it sucks because you're going to see some bars that are going to charge
60, upwards, 70, 80 bucks.
Yeah, upwards from $60 just because it's the name, it's the BTAC,
I do want to compare it to other years now. That's the main thing.
That's the thing. So, hey, anyone out in the comments, if you have older Wellers and you want to partake and we'll share the 2024 and we want to do a little side by side, reach out and we'll set something up. But because I'm curious now, because this is my first ever WLW, and now I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm curious.
Did you get a dud?
Did I get the bad year? Because like last year's George T. Stagg was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That one was really, really good.
Me and Dougie did a video on last year's Handy. Yeah. I loved it.
That was really good too. So hoping this wasn't the dud year, but we need to go do more research. Jury's out at the moment, but all right.
To be determined.
All right, but that's our review of this year's 2024 BTAC William Larue Weller. Thank you to our sponsor, Greene Valley Wine Spirits, 344 Commons Drive, Bolingbrook, Illinois. Stop in there. Tell them the Bourbon Bums sent you. Grab some of our store picks as well. And we'll be back very soon with another Bourbon Bums review.
Salute.
Cheers.